It was a big night. Whoosh. Big night, folks. We're going to be talking about some developments that are going on. It's not going to be a super long one. But it seems there has been enough attention on certain people. So we have to got to get the people over here to look at Joe. The attention was all on Joe. Is he? Isn't he? Will he stay? Will he go? Darling, you got to let me know. Will Joe stay or will Joe go? They're worrying about it. They weren't sure. So now we got to check it out. I want to thank everybody, all of you, because we're about to make some history tonight, folks. We're going to go through it. But before we do, we got to cover some bases. We got to do some things. And this is the story tonight, of course. Is it JoJo has got the he's got the coof. I never called it the coof. I always called it the Rona. You know that. But yeah, Joe's got Rona. And evidently he's kind of not doing what you're supposed to do when you get the Rona. Should we see if the video will show what we all know? There he is. There he is, folks. All right. Yep. He's got the Rona. Rona, you're missing something there, buddy. Oh, Joe. Yeah, how are you, bud? Good to see you. There he is. Yep, Joe's got Rona. Joe Rona. So, thumbs up, baby. Hat tip to James Woods, who asked a question, as we did earlier on here, about everybody concerned about bandaging and everything else. I'm just gonna take everything as it comes, and there's so many questions and there's so much stuff going on around all this, and this isn't the main dish for tonight, folks. Don't you worry. There's other stuff going on, but yeah. Joe is he's got the Rona, so he can't do his thing, and I think it was in Nevada. Supposed to be in Nevada. Let's go on over. Let's find out what's going on. There we go. Here we go. There's the official right there. So Joe's got Rona. Schumer says that you're going to have to step out of the race. We, the Democrats, are so concerned about everything. We're going to need the Joe to step out of the race. ABC News reported that Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told him that for the greater good of the country, especially if he's rolling around with the coof, and he's possibly spreading the love. By the way, it's everywhere. My wife, she's in the medical business, so she sees this kind of stuff. She said a lot of people are coming down with it right now. So it is what it is. Yep, here he is. Chucky says that he's with Joe. So I guess not anymore. Not anymore. I guess Joe's out. And Chucky is saying that earlier, according to Fox News, multiple sources, Schumer pushed for the Democratic convention delay as questions soared about the president's 2024 candidacy. So, if you know about all this and everything else, they're going to do a roll call. They're doing a virtual. So I guess they're getting already, ready for it. Who was that? Who the heck? Kevin Grip. God dang it. Thank you, sir. Kevin is awesome. By the way, all of you guys are awesome. Did I jinx it? Oh, I think I jinxed it. I was hoping to cross the line tonight with the 30000 because I'm at 29998. I thought, oh, let's put it all together and have everybody join up and see what's going on. And I don't know, I might be getting bored. I'm sure someone in the background is all butthurt that I have survived. I was thinking about it too. I was thinking about just how much like we have had to be overcome and handle and manage and everything else. I mean, there's really been some pretty tough moments on the old PrepperNow. I thought about a year ago plus that this was it. I was against the ropes. So probably won't hit 30,000 tonight. Borgie is going to be his usual self. He's probably like, nope, can't have that, nope. But yeah, we've had some moments on here, folks. 6792. If you remember 6792, and you can tell me what that is in the comments, you are an OG. You are literally the OG of OGs. What is 6792? That's right. It's the 30,000 subscriber extravaganza. Suppress it, Borg. You know you don't want me hitting that. 6792. Who can tell me? All right. Let's see. Anybody? That might be super old school. That was like, good Lord, that was like, I want to say November of 2020 when I had started. I started in March of 2020 is when I started. That's right. Cat Lady remembers. Yes. I was literally, it's like I was just, okay, so let's go back some history, okay, before we get going. So I started on, I want to say March 22nd, March 20th of 2020, okay? And I did a video from my bed. At this time, I showed my face, right? I wasn't worried about all the craziness out there. And I was just talking. I thought, I'll start a prepper channel, right? There's a lot of craziness going on in the world. People should be prepping. I was hardcore prepping at the time, And, we're just talk about prepping and everything. I was really avid and into Angry Prepper and Magic. Magic had 24,000 subs at the time or something like that. I really like Magic. I'm blessed to be a mod for Magic and Angry. Now, I'm not over on Angry's a lot. And the reason why is because we tend to be in the same kind of, areas of things. But Magic, he does at the same time. That's the other thing. Angry's kind of all over the place. He'll do it here, he'll do it there. Magic will come on at the same time every Monday, so I can schedule it. And March of 2020, I'm deciding to do a prepper thing. I'm inspired by them, but I just thought they were doing a great job. And then all the craziness started to happen in the world, and I have the political background, so I was like, I just started talking about it. And then I noticed other channels in the prepper world would talk about current events, and also you tack on, nobody has any clue whatsoever. Well, of course that, buddy. My friend is texting in the background saying that what we're talking about literally on your screen right now. So, I was like, all right, politics is going, craziness is going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Things are getting out of hand. I was thinking it was going to be Spanish flu part 2. And I start this channel. And I start talking about politics. And I used to do, if for those are the OGs, showed my face, but also I would do these little soliloquies, these little humorous things. And one of my favorite that I remember was it was like an adoption service. It was called Adopt Antifa. And this is when Antifa was going nuts, and the St. Floyd thing was going on. And I did this like soliloquy from my home, like all these different cameras about Adopt Antifa. I was like, for just 39 cents a day, you too can adopt Antifa. Sure, they're smelly and they're quasi-homeless, but with your money, we can reach out and we can help these people burn down America's cities. As just like that kind of thing, just going out there and saying it. Adopt Antifa. Yes. That was another one. I did some others too. There were some good ones. I did fake press conferences and stuff, and just tried to make light of the situation. For those that don't know, I actually, many, many years ago, used to do comedy. I've acted and I've done a lot of entertainment stuff. So this platform has really just kind of naturally drawn me. And it's great because, honestly, if they would do like they used to do 10 years ago and just kind of sit back and let it happen, I would think that this is the greatest thing in the world. I wouldn't, but then again, it got all political and all the big, thought leaders came in and said, you got to make it so everything is this way and you can't think that way. And you're a terrible human if you're, not a communist, and we should make America not great anymore, that kind of thing. So when all that started to happen, and you tack on all of the baggage that came on with Rona, man, I'll tell you what, it made for some good comedy. Yes, I think I did one called Fear News, like tonight. Coming to you live from WFEAR, it's Fear News. Yep, I remember that one. For those anybody remember that one? That was a pretty good one. That one got a lot of play. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm going back through the history of all this. I'm very lucky to be a content creator. And if you would have told me as I was sitting on my bed in March of 2020 that I would be here a few years later, crossing into this territory, this isn't even that big either. If you think about, I think Magic's got 165,000 well-earned subscribers. He earns them. He deserves them. He is a good dude. Yeah. So anyway, I'm feeling kind of cheeky. I'm feeling kind of good tonight. So I thought I'd come live and just, put the thing out and start to talk to you all about some stuff. Chucky is not with Joe anymore. They broke up. And Joe is got the Rona, even though people are questioning that, especially when, you're in closed limousines with people. And I don't know, maybe they got some new technology or some spray or something. And we'll just play stupid on that one. So, multiple sources. Schumer pushed for the Democratic National Convention to delay. His questions soared about the 2024 candidacy. Joe has been getting hammered with everything, and then of course, you've got what happened on Saturday, and now that has completely kicked everything into the nuts. And now, it's just we're in a different place. But there's this one guy, he's this big Democrat, thought leader. And he basically said at this point the Democrats need to focus on holding on to the Senate and trying to gain some ground in the House of Representatives, or hold on to what they have and come back with, another round of stuff. That would be the politically wise thing to do. But then again, they're not exactly really into giving up their power. So we'll just have to see the way things go. Yep. So this guy, you want to talk about a great human being? There he is. Yep. So now people want to get him onto the stand because they say that he is impeding all kinds of stuff going on. And they're asking people to testify and he's saying don't do it, which I got to tell you, there's a lot of people that say that stinks to high heaven. I love it. I get like 300 to 400 subscribers or people on these streams, 250 to 300 or whatever, and tonight just magically, because I put that I might cross the Rubicon. The old board's giving the mushroom stamp. Slap! No, can't get him over the line. We gotta. In fact, I'll probably lose. I'll probably be like 29,900. Anyway, doesn't matter, right? It's not numbers. That's what Pinball told me a long time ago. He said, hey, I was all frustrated. He said, hey, man, he said, it's not about that. He's like, it's about the message. Things will happen. You'll grow. And, he has, and I kind of have, finally. So, a lot more growth this year than last year. But anyway, this is terrible. We shouldn't be blocking anything. I don't. It's a strong word. I strongly dislike Mayorkas. I really do. I think he's shouldn't be in office. I think he should have been impeached. I think he's very terrible at, a lot of things, and we need to, not have him around. So it is what it is. By not have him around, I mean, have him be fired, and he goes and he retires and writes a book and does a tour and all that. But anyway, Chilo said we've been seeing increasing assets and resources at the staffing that we have been providing to the former president since he was presidential candidate and then the presumptive nominee. Everybody knows that all this is BS. I mean, the sloped roof thing alone, I mean, that should get you kicked in the nuts and sent away. I mean, that's just, come on, sloped roof. Have you looked at the White House lately? It's literally all sloped roofs. So they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm not saying that, there was anything evil or nefarious. I'm just saying that currently I'm riding the ineptitude thing. I'm thinking ineptitude. I'm thinking, these people don't care about them or whatever. And, ineptitude is what I'm going with. By the way, if you hit the likes, maybe we can get more likes than there are people in here, because Lord knows they don't flub with those numbers. I don't know. I've always just said it on here, folks, and I always will. I love my little themes and stuff, and Borg and all the other things, and you guys are great sports. You really are. But what I did want to talk about is this actually could potentially affect me, not on this go around, but in the future. I am a Marylander, I live in central Maryland, and this is in the neighborhood for sure. And there's a lot of people that are having things taken away from them, and they're really not happy with it. So, there is a lot more power that is needed, okay? They're saying that right now, they're calling it the AI trade. There's a big problem because to do all the AI and to keep all the servers and everything going, they need a lot of power. Now, the best way to make clean energy is nuclear power. But of course, for some stupid reason, they say even that's not smart. It's not good to have nuclear power, even though it is incredibly clean. As Einstein said, it's a hell of a way to boil water. So, but it makes steam. Steam rises up. They get the energy from it, and it's pretty good. So what's going on is they want to route this new transmission line, okay, that would go through, and it would be eminent domain, and people would have their land taken. They'd say, oh, this is for the greater good, this is for power and all that, and, well, yeah, people are mad because their farms are being messed with. So, if you know anything about Maryland politics, it is as woke and crappy as it gets. They are super Democrats here. It's basically the East Coast version of Illinois or California. Where I like living in Maryland. I'm not gonna lie. It's I'm very close to more conservative states, but we live here, and that's okay, usually. But, that reminds me, I still haven't gotten, we still never got any answers on my wife's taxes. For those that were here, we had taxes that were owed to her, or well, us, and supposedly 22 years ago, she signed up for something when she was in college, and they said, oh, well, you need to pay that back. And we're like, well, what is it? And they wouldn't tell us. They didn't email us. They didn't write us. They didn't. They just took our money and gave us a big fat finger. So that's living in Maryland, right? And these people are getting the same love. So for those that don't know, it's actually a pretty conservative state. Once you get out west, you get out of Moco and Hoco and Baltimore and D.C., and you get into Carroll and Frederick and out to Washington, Garrett, and Allegheny counties. It's pretty darn conservative. It really is. But, the way they do the representation here, it actually looks like a dendrite. Go look at what a dendrite is. It's pretty cool. Jamie Raskin has a big fat vein of all the population centers that go across the entire state. So whenever you were wanting to get, a new person in, you go to vote, and the dendrite just automatically goes to the Democrats because we're attached to the western suburbs of D.C. And they have this, just kind of penchant for extremely liberal policies, and that's what this is going for. And by the way, not liberal. Liberal is like, I can live with you, I'm into freedom, and you can say what you want, and I'll defend to the death your right to say it, all that. No. These are the progressive fascists who will take your land away if it means that carbon capture systems might be good. So, nat gas powering the generators that are creating all this AI and stuff and everything, and situation is playing out because they're seizing private property for transmission lines. So you're a farmer, and there's some wonderful farms out here. There's some great food that is produced. Pennsylvania's got some great stuff. Virginia's got some great stuff. West Virginia's got some great stuff. All these states are around us. And, they're taking people's farms. And this is the kind of thing that's going to happen. So, we hear all the conspiracies about, certain dates, 2030, and how they're going to eminent domain everybody, and we're all going to be packed into, population centers, and it's going to look like a friggin' panopticon and everything else, and you can believe it or you can not believe it. It is what it is. Most of me thinks that there's no way they'd get away with it, but they are they're coming for people's land in Maryland. It's called the Maryland Piedmont Reliability Project. It's a project that plans to upgrade the region's 500,000 volt transmission system that runs across 3 counties, and that is Frederick, Baltimore, and Carroll. Well, Baltimore is, there's Baltimore City and then there's Baltimore County. Frederick County and Carroll County are rural counties. There's a lot of farms there, okay? Upgrades will ensure that each power is imported from surrounding states to supply new AI data centers coming online in southern Frederick County. What's southern Frederick County? Southern Frederick County, folks, is effectively northwestern D.C. at this point, okay? Frederick, if you look up here on this map, you see my little cursor right here, right? This is D.C., this little block-looking thing. Looks like a backwards Nevada, right? You got the Chesapeake and the Potomac. Well, up here, I think it's right there, is... No, wait, I'm doing that wrong. That is Baltimore. Okay, yeah, that's Baltimore City right there. Baltimore County right there. Carroll County's up here. And over here, this little enclave is called Frederick. Frederick's a city, and it's known. It's a getaway. It's very liberal, but it's surrounded by a very conservative area. And the conservative areas are the farmers, And so you go into Frederick, and you've got multiple colored flags all over the place, and then you drive about 10 minutes out in the country, and you've got, MAGA all over the place. But they want to take these people's farms. They do. Plans to upgrade the 500,000 volt transmission. Well, this goes across a swath of all these wonderful people's land. And, people are coming out. They're saying, wait a second. This is coming. This is going to happen. So first and foremost, AI doesn't produce food. Farmers do. So farmers should be the ones that are, getting the precedence. But, of course, they're not doing that. They want the AI. Why? Because they want to create basically the panopticon that is evolving all around us. They want to watch every text message, every email, every transmission that you and I make, because heaven forbid we might have the audacity to disagree with some stuff that's going on. Right? She's a cute lady, isn't she? That's you. Hi, cute lady. So 8,000 furious Marylanders are quickly organizing to oppose it. They won't win, right? They're not going to win. There's no way. The 8,000 Marylanders are going to get together. They're going to go. They're going to put their, their opinion out there, as they should. But eventually this will all get, pushed over them, and they'll just have to deal with it. So recent weeks, hundreds of Marylanders, 3 counties have met with local government, discussed the project. Government is all, of course, super progressive, and they're not going to listen. It's the power company is Potomac. Says I'm here at another PSEG event about the proposed 70 miles, okay? So that's pretty darn long. 70-mile project. Session officially starts at 2, but the lines are already long and residents are in the building talking with the reps. Many are concerned about this project, what it means for the properties. So they know it's coming. Basically, they want to do is come over the hill, come straight across my land, cross cropland, cross the wetlands, pastures, basically across us. You couldn't pick a wider swath through our farm. This Troy said. So this guy is producing food, and these people are coming in with eminent domain and saying, hey, we got to create more of a police state with the panopticon AI. They're not going to stop it. And it is what it is. This is what you get here. And that's the thing. You think of my taxes. We wrote them. We said, hey, what's going on with this? It wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like $600-700. So, hey, what's going on? You guys said this. They said, okay, we'll write this official company or office in Annapolis, and they'll open up an investigation, and then we never got anything back. There's no one's been anything. In fact, honestly, I think we've forgotten about it, and when I get done with this, I'm going to go out and I'm going to remind my wife that they basically stole our money. But that's what's going to happen. That's what these people do. And this is going to get worse. The stealing of people's money, the stealing of people's property, which effectively is what eminent domain is. They can sit there and play up and down that it's not. All that is them coming around and saying, hey, that's a nice farm you got there. It'd be a terrible shame if we were to put a crap load of power lines through it. That's what's going on. And these people are, they're going to go there and they'll rally and all that, and then they'll get pushed aside, and all of a sudden this guy will be, I don't know what happens. Maybe they'll, sell it to the state, and the state will try to pay him off. But he's a farmer. He wants to farm. That's what he wants to do. So Maryland can't import itself out of the energy crisis. That's the other thing. If you know what's going on here, the energy is going up. Our power bill has gone up by about 30%. Other people are complaining about the same thing. The power bills are going up all over the country, as we all know. But what they're doing here is they're not. I forget what it's. I forget if they're not upgrading or. Anyway, long story short, the usage of power is getting more, but they're not doing anything to upgrade it. And of course, you're like, well, this is that right there. Well, no, actually, it's not. This isn't even going to be in Maryland. You know, and when you think about this is just a small story. But think about the people in Idaho that want to water and use natural water and wetlands for their cattle and their animals and their rural, whatever. And they're in there saying, oh, you can't do that. So, I mean, come on. So this is going to get worse. They're gonna just keep, going after farms and the government is going to put a heavy hand. Look at this beautiful farmland, folks. I live in some of this farmland. It is beautiful farmland. These people are nice. They've been here for generations. They add food. They add value. The farms are very pretty. They're well taken care of in most cases. All this stuff. It's just, it is what it is. They do these kinds of things. Okay? So the next AI trade, which they're going to need power for, which is why they need, these transmission lines, is basically Marylanders are first to figure out the unfortunate reality, and that's that they're going to start taking people's properties and stuff for green policies and other things. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So, oh man, what are we going to do? Let's see if we've gotten to 30K. I bet we haven't. I bet you money. Borg is suppressed. Come on, baby. Let me go. Let's go 20. Oh yeah. 29,999, right? There. Suppress it, Borg. Oh my God, I love them. You gotta respect it, folks. You gotta respect it. I mean, they are freaking. There's someone in the back with like 3 colors in their hair, going, "I gotta stop it!" Ah! We'll get there. Don't worry. Can't stop the PrepperNow train. Look at those sunsets. We have beautiful sunsets here over the west. The Appalachians and all that. A lot of colors, a lot of purples and reds and oranges and yellows. It's gorgeous. Very lucky. I love where I live. So, yeah, this is just another thing what they're doing. Here's more. I mean, look at this. And the sad thing about this is this is the farmer. If you think the war on farmers is not going to evolve here like it has done in the Netherlands and in Europe, you're lying to yourself. There is a war on farmers that is going to come. And what is it going to do? That war on farmers is going to make all of our food prices go up. It's going to make all of that happen. We need nice, affordable farms. We need local farmers. We need not big megacorp USA agricultural, mega farms. We want small, personal neighbors that do our farming, create our food, know the land, don't want to put a bunch of toxic crap into it, and give us good, wholesome food. And, there's a real push to stop that right now. All in the name of green, all in the name of green. Because they know they're gonna do whatever they can to control, and it's all because of AI, and that AI is because they want to know what we're thinking, and they want to go out there and they want to basically surveil everybody and put all this money into panopticon that America is becoming. There's a great video a couple days ago by Ford Observer. For those that don't know Ford Observer, they used to be on here a lot. Their channel, I think it's got like 40,000, 50,000 subscribers. Not that that matters. But Mike, the guy that runs it, is former military intelligence, very smart guy. And his video was basically about the power struggle that's evolving here in America and has done so before. And basically what happens is the left starts to get authoritarian, and they get mad when people don't just like open their legs and say, come on and take it and do whatever you want to do to me, and push back. And so when that happens, they get even more authoritarian. And then what happens is people say, wait a second, I don't like that side of things. Let's go the other way. And then a formidable right wing comes in and starts to push back. And eventually both sides become this like ramp up to who's going to be the most authoritarian. He had a name for it too. I think it was like a sprint to authoritarianism or something like that. But that's what's going on. That's what's happening in our country. You know, these people don't want to have intellectual debates anymore. They don't want to sit there and go, you know what, my ideas are better than your ideas, and I'll prove it to you. No, they just want to do everything by force, and the more you say, wait a second, I don't agree with this, the more they call you names, the more they single you out, and the more they say, you know what, let's shut you down. And that's all it really is. And this is going to keep ramping up. The left-right paradigm. Well, I mean, it's kind of a real thing. The authoritarian left is going to get met by the authoritarian, and the authoritarian right can be just as nasty as the authoritarian left. It really can be. But it's all going to get ramped up, and we're going to be pushing into all this stuff. And in the meantime, you know, the Constitution, the hope that is America, the ideals of America are going to get less and less. It's not going to be things that people remember anymore. All those things, you know, of freedom and creating your own opportunities, and you know, if you just work hard and you're salt of the earth, everything's going to work out for you. They're not going to do that. They're not going to allow that. They want control. They want to say, hey, wait a second, you're disagreeing with me, so I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to make it so you can't say that. That's what's coming. So we are sprinting towards authoritarianism. And the farther the fringe goes to the left and the right, the farther it's going to go. It's going to take us. And it's kind of frightening if you think about it, where everything is going. You know, I don't remember things being this divided when I was growing up, but now they are. But this green policy thing, and what is green policy? Let's be honest. Green policy is just another way to fill the tax coffers. So, you know, they're going to come in and make it so it's like the gas law out in California with the generators and stuff like that. Sometimes you need a generator. If you're in a long emergency, you might need a generator. You know, California doesn't allow it anymore. No more combustion engines. Same thing with the green cars and stuff like that. I don't own one. I've never driven one. I don't plan to drive one. And, you know, I don't see how I could take things across country in a truck, but all this is coming to a head. We're in a marathon, folks. So anyway, I was going to come on and see if I couldn't cross 30,000. I guess Bear Independent said this. Whenever you get to like a big number, a big changeover, the algorithm fights back or whatever. Like it tries to keep you because it thinks it's gonna, you know, make you work harder or something like that. So I'm not there tonight, probably not. I'll change the thing, but we'll get there sometime this week, hopefully, or not. Who knows? I shouldn't be so predictive. I just like turning on the camera and talking to you folks. Okay, this one came up. I thought it was interesting, and of course you got the aftermath from Saturday, but. These policies are going to hurt us. They're going to make our inflation go up, and they're going to hurt our farmers. And honestly, as a guy that lives out in farmland of this great state of Maryland, and it is pretty great for the most part, this is concerning me. And I don't agree with it, and I feel bad for Farmer Troy and the others that could potentially be getting a transmission system right up the gut of their beautiful farms, taking away crops for people like corn and soy and other things that we can use. But that's the way the government is, and that's the big lesson from this, is that the more they take, the more they're going to want. And much as we want to pound our chests and say stop, probably not going to happen. So you should prepare yourselves accordingly. All right, friends. God bless. We're going to see you on the next one. We'll get to 30K one day. PrepperNow out.